as long as I could open up my eyes and pray to God and do my morning devotions, and I'm up. I may be sitting on my bed, but I'm up. And so those are the motivations, the fact that I have my family to see them succeed, and I had my mom to think about, and I had my brothers. Oh, my brother's in Kentucky, and he just got a pair of twins, and I'm thinking, I'm the auntie. The desire to live, just to live life. Because I just felt I'm not done, and I haven't seen it all yet. I haven't seen the things that God has for me. So that was my motivation, that somebody somewhere needs me to be here, and I need to be here. Right. I need to see beyond lupus. Yeah.
So for you, either medication or your diet is working.
Yeah.
Do you still have flare-ups, or have you been okay ever since the diagnosis?
What I did for myself is I educated myself about lupus, and especially systemic lupus. And I did understand that there are foods that if you eat kind of cause flare-ups. And one of the things that was a mess for me, the sun. And so some people don't really have no problem with walking in the sun. So one of the things I had to change so that I can control the flare-ups. Now the flare-ups can be controlled if one educates themselves. And you really have to educate yourself as far as on foods and nutrition is concerned, because the doctors will give you the medicine. The thing that I was told is to eat plenty of vegetables and fruits. Now, some fruits will also cause flare-ups for some people, but plenty of vegetables and fruits. So I have this meal I do in the morning. I have to have all my vegetables and fruits and all the nice stuff into a shake and drink it down. So I had to control the flare-ups with food. And so when I learned what I need to do as far as food is concerned, I didn't have a problem with learning about food, because as I told you, when I was my first profession was hotel industry and catering. So I'm a food person. I have a good relationship with food. So the thing is this, I was told that I need to wear long sleeves. And the doctor said this, the dermatologist told me, because they're the ones who are dealing with my hair. They said, the sun is not your friend. And I looked at the fellow and I said, FYI, I am from Africa, the equator. That's where the sun lives.
Right.
I live in Texas, where the sun never goes away. I said, doctor, break it down. What do you mean the sun is not my friend? Where am I going to go? Alaska? Where am I going to go? You know? And he said, no, you have to put sunscreen. And you know how we say, when you come from Africa, you don't want to put sunscreen. We say, oh, black don't crack.
Right.
Yeah. Got melanin. So I'm like, am I going to start figuring out where the sunscreen is? Which one am I going to put, you know? So I had to submit my African self to sunscreen, you know? I'm like, it's only there's a certain group of people that put sunscreen, but I was told, you need sunscreen. I say, okay, give me the sunscreen. So I called my sister-in-law, Tiffany, and I asked, what sunscreen do you put on Christine and Colin? Because they're little. I want whatever they put is what I'm going to put, because I don't trust all these big people things, because they might just erupt on my body. So she's the one who told me what brand I need to buy. Yeah, I said, okay, whatever works for the CNC, Christine and Colin, works for me. So sunscreen became my friend. Then the dermatologist told me you have to wear long sleeves so that the sun doesn't directly hit you, because when it does, you're going to get flare-ups and you're going to get joint pains. So for 2 years, I could not wear sundresses. I'm sure people used to look at me and wonder, why are you wearing like this summer sweaters or long sleeve shirts? I have plenty of them now, because when the sun is really hot, I can't be out there with that. So that goes on until today. If I stay out in the sun and bask myself in the sun, I'm going to have flares. I'm going to know that, because my joints will start paining and and swelling. My fingers will swell, my ring will be tight. So there are things that you have to know for yourself.
And what alleviates the flare-ups once you get it?
I just have to make sure that I take my vegetables.
Okay.
Yeah, I take my vegetables, salad, and just kind of stuff to cool it down. Yeah, and fruits.
Okay.
So I take my berries and and then I have to, you got to go through the process, because once the flare comes, then it just doesn't go away. You alleviate the pain and that, but then you have to stay away now from the sun. I can't go out again in the sun. So there are times when I have to go pick up my daughter from school. I have to kind of use routes that the sun is not going to be direct. So all these things I have to incorporate in my daily life, while before I didn't care. I would just, drive whichever direction.
Right.
But now I have to think, which direction is the sun? If I follow this direction, the sun will be on me at 3 o'clock. Maybe I need to follow a longer route and have the sun maybe on one side, and I can cover my arm, So those are the things that I have to put in consideration until today. I wear hats. Normally I like hats. But the doctor told me now it's not going to be for luxury or for pretty. It's to cover my face. And I have to cover my face. I have to wear a big old hat and cover my face. I can have, now that I'm better off, I can wear visors. So I'm always in a visor. If you see me out there, I'm always wearing either a visor or a cape. Mostly a cape, so that I just cover my face, When I'm driving and the sun is on one side, I have to block the side. So my life changed in the sense that for me to be able to live life and to live it in a maybe 80%, 90% full life, be happy, I have to do things that to other people it's normal, but to me I have to stay away. Yeah. So my friends know at a certain time I have to stop eating. I have to take medicine that requires me to be on an empty stomach. So I have alarms going off on my phone. Right now my phone is off. Alarms have to go off on my phone to remind me to stop eating. Because I told you I have a good relationship with food.
Yes.
So something has to stop me from eating so that my stomach can be empty, so I can take the first set of medication on an empty stomach. Then after that, I can be able to eat. So if I'm going for a function, this is to tell you that lupus changes sometimes their whole life, how you do stuff. But if you learn that, hey, that's what we do now, then your life, you train your mind. That's just... Everybody has their schedule for eating. So I have to do that. If a function is at a certain time, when it's the time for me to take medication, I can move the medication 1 hour before. Let's say I'm going to eat at 6 o'clock in a function, I have a dinner or something. Then I move the medication to 5 and then get that 1 hour in, and then I can just eat, and then I can swallow the medicine. So now I'm down to 2 medications, plus some supplements, Yeah. So all in all, you have to be real about what's happening. And you can't say, deny it's not happening. Because I saw it happening. And for me to control my life, I have to do what is required for me to do so that I can be, live a happy life.
Millicent, very quickly, can you just... if anybody else out there, because some people have lupus and they don't know. They probably are looking at a rash on their nose and they don't know what that is. But how important is it for them to just quickly go to the doctor, get diagnosed, and just give a little bit of advice to listeners? Well,
I can tell everybody out there that the best thing you can do for yourself is find out. And I was told that for every woman, it is important when you reach a certain age. They said 40, but even 35, you can. Just go and have that test done, the autoimmune test. Go to do the ANA test. It's simple, quick, and they'll tell you where you stand. Because it's something that is here, but because it doesn't have a voice, like it doesn't come and say, I'm lupus. You just find your organs are not working, and you don't know what's making those organs not work. So it's better for every one of us to know. Some people have been diagnosed with lupus at the age of 13, but and younger. So if anything is wrong, if you feel like something is not right, because I remember I told you I looked at a picture and I could tell something is not right. I don't look like the way my image is changing. I'm flattening. Something is happening to me. You know, I don't have the figure anymore. So I would tell everybody out there, just go have a test done. And for those who already have lupus, work with the doctor. Find out what you need to take, what you don't need to take. But more than that, to approach it, knowing that there's hope and there's help. And that you can actually manage to live with it without it controlling you. But the first thing everybody needs to do is the mind. You cannot let lupus overtake your mind. Okay? We have to speak to ourselves and say, I'm here, I still have things to do, and I'm gonna do it. So every time you see a doctor, for me, because I had that in my mind, I could ask the doctor, what next? What do we need to do? And they made sure my blood work is every month, so they can monitor. If anything is changing, they are monitoring it. I don't see the doctor as often as I used to do. 6 months goes by and then I see a doctor. But the blood work is done regularly so that they can monitor if anything is changing. And then you need to surround yourself with people who are positive, not people who are going to cry before even it's time to cry. The environment that you put yourself in, the friends that you have, must be people who speak life. They tell you, you know what, Millicent, you're gonna make it. We're here for you. You know, my friends came over. They used to cook, so I never missed the food that I needed to. You know, that I loved. They came to cook. They helped me clean. It's just you have to have a network of people that are fueling you and not sucking life away from you. I had a good network of friends, and I told him my brother, he's in Kentucky, he's a doctor. I could, you know, bounce information with him so that he can tell me, oh, you need to, because he knows me. He knows my fears of medicine. He would always tell me, I hope you're taking your medicine. He's younger than me, but at that point, he's a doctor. So I had, apart from my inner circle, I call my inner circle my husband, my children, I had a circle of friends that could walk in here, walk in the house anytime, pray with me. Prayer was going up like crazy. But more than that, after the prayer, is they speak life. They speak life, and then you speak life to yourself. And when the flares come, it's a process. It goes, you know, just like a headache comes and goes, just the way you see it. So I just like to encourage everybody to go get the test done. And if you are diagnosed with lupus, not the end of the world. Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Millicent Nyangon, thank you so much for giving us your story, and I'm sure you have encouraged so many people out there, or at least you have encouraged somebody out there. You are a woman of substance. Until next time, this is Monicah Kariuki, and you have been watching Silent Voices with Millicent Nyangon.